Hello. This is future Yarbido. I foolishly didn't check if it was formatted properly, so the entire window was just shifted to the right, and like a fifth of it was cut off, and it just wasn't formatted very well. So next episode will be better, but yeah. Sorry about that. Hello. We are going to be playing Fractal Block World today. Yeah.
Welcome. Welcome.
Need to rescue K. To do so, we need a key to the universe. So we need to kill an inner core. This is a text box. Some entities are activated just like this one. Others you must touch. Try picking up the gold in this room by looking at it and pressing F. Remember that when in the game you can access the package's main menu by pressing F1. You can access the program's main menu by pressing Escape. The nuke causes a flash, but you can disable this. Okay. No. Okay, so this is non-normal stuff. Red rings to become larger, green rings to become smaller. When you shrink, the world changes. What was once a block becomes a chunk of blocks. However, to see the changes, you need to be close enough. For example, the black cube in the middle of the blue wall has a tunnel through it. You just need to be small and close enough to see the tunnel. Fly through the tunnel to get to the other side. The air in this room has tiny cubes in it, which you can see when you shrink. If you shrink even more, you will find even smaller cubes, etc. Remember that what is a block may become something more interesting once you shrink and get close to it. This blue ring device will bring you to the starting room. That is, it will teleport you inside the blue block that is nearby. You can save your game by looking at the red save box and pressing F. Go into the pink ring device above to leave this area and proceed to the rest of the tutorial. To get more practice exploring, go into the Happy Land below. This is an anti-plug. You cannot pass through here at your current size. You must become larger to pass through. Go up into the pink rings to go to the rest of the tutorial. Go down to explore Happy Land. Happy Land is a good place to practice your exploration skills. Note, there are no red rings. The gray cubes turn into teleportation stations when you shrink and get close enough. Goblin. Go to one of these flowers. Here's a permanent upgrade. Fly into the blue rings to teleport just outside this Happy Land you are in now to continue to the next part of the game. Use these blue rings, then use the pink rings in the room you're teleported to. Okay. If you ever want to go back to Happy Land, just shrink here and enter the Happy Land block. To continue with the rest of the game, leave this room by going to the right. Go through the green door. Controls again. Yeah, here are the controls again. Yeah. You have exactly one current respawn point. After you die, you respawn there. You can also respawn by a main menu options package top menu respawn. This respawn point entity above can be used by looking at it and pressing the F key. When using the entity, you can choose to set it as your current respawn point. Note that you can always respawn by going to the package top menu, press F1, and selecting respawn. When you respawn, you keep all your upgrades. Normally when you respawn, you lose all your health, armor, and ammo. However, if you pay a fine, you can keep all that. The fine is the lesser 400 gold and 8% of your total gold. Within this tutorial, additional but non-essential information can be found in text boxes next to question mark cubes. Elsewhere in the universe, question mark cubes usually mean useful information is nearby. When you die, you lose all ammo, armor, extra health, and short markers. You also lose at most 30 gold. You will, however, keep all upgrades, which is what really matters. You can save your game at any time from the main menu, a quick save. For convenience, you can also save your game at these red save boxes. Loading actually brings you back in time to the last time you saved. When you die, you may want to load instead of respawn. Try saving here, then fly into the next room, then do main menu load game. Below this room is a room containing a waypoint. Every waypoint has a name, and the one in the room below is called an emergency waypoint. There's a closed door, a toll door, which can only be opened from below. Also, the floor of this room is invisible, so you can see the room below. The waypoint is blue with a W. When you find a waypoint, you can enable it and teleport to any other enabled waypoint. Your emergency waypoint is already enabled. If you ever get extremely lost, then when you find a waypoint, you can teleport back to your emergency waypoint, which is in the room below here, or just like it. Also, if you ever want to go back to the tutorial, you can teleport to your emergency waypoint and you can brush up on the basics. If you're eager to get going, you can leave the tutorial up ahead. Just remember to use a waypoint to teleport back here later on to finish the tutorial. To use a waypoint, you must first enable it. This can cause the list of enabled waypoints to be quite long. To deal with this, you can hide waypoints from the list. You can always unhide a waypoint later. You can also assign a name to each waypoint. You can change the game difficulty at any time by going to Main Menu Options, Package Top Menu, Difficulty. The easiest difficulty is Tranquility Mode, the bunny. A harder difficulty is Normal Mode, the purple cat. You can start the game on normal difficulty. There's no can. The next hardest difficulty is Gateway Mode. All difficulties harder than normal mode require passwords that there are hints for after the final boss. This is the classic version of the program. This is how the game was meant to be played. There are weapons and monsters. If perhaps you do not like fighting monsters at all, you can start a new game using the Genesis starting configuration, which has no monsters and the maps are slightly different. In normal mode, the purple cat, damage to you is multiplied by 50%, damage you deal is multiplied by 200%. Tranquility mode, the bunny, is easier than normal mode. In Tranquility mode, damage to you is multiplied by 25%, damage you deal is multiplied by 400%. Also, every upgrade you get counts as 2 upgrades. You also get more experience points. For speedrunning purposes, we must track the easiest difficulty you switch to after you leave the tutorial. Once you leave the tutorial, by pressing F5 you can track your current difficulty level and also the easiest difficulty level you used. Note that this information is also displayed as icons in the lower left-hand corner of the screen. You can go through the exit tube to exit the tutorial. Go through the green tube to continue the tutorial. Time to shoot a goblin. Press 1 to select your plasma weapon, or use your mouse wheel. Line up the monster with your crosshair, then click or hold down your mouse. Right-clicking the plasma weapon, secondary fire, shoots 8 shots at once, but each one does half the damage as a primary shot. Each weapon has a primary and a secondary. Press F3, then the weapon number to read about a weapon. Soon after you leave the tutorial, you will encounter Ying forests. These forests contain many goblins. Goblins shoot projectiles at you that are not super fast, so if you keep moving, they will not be able to hit you. On the other hand, if you stop moving, then they will be able to hit you and you will be in trouble. This is a picture of an overseer. An overseer is harmless when you are the same size as him, but he is very deadly when you are smaller than him. Some monsters behave differently depending on your size. When you are the same size as this monster, there will be a red S on your screen to show that if you shrink, you'll need to worry about this monster. So, before you shrink, deal with all the red S's on the screen. Remember, you win the game by getting past an inner core monster and using the item it guards, the key to the universe. This will free your friend from the strange Fractal Block World. When you try to explore some areas, the monsters will kill you quick unless you are powerful enough. You can find upgrades throughout the world to improve your health and weapons. Some ways to get upgrades are time-consuming, but the monsters are not difficult. Other ways are fast but involve big battles. If you find an area which you know will give you a useful upgrade, but it is just not worth the time, just skip it. Let the fish go back into the sea. You get powerful more quickly by skipping some areas. Always remember this, red rings make you larger and green ones make you small. Plugs are cubes which you can go through only when you are small. Anti-plugs are cubes which you can go through only when you are large. These red cubes with black dots indicate that there are red rings adjacent to them, at a finer level of detail. Red rings with a skull and crossbones are functionally identical to green rings, that is, they simply shrink you. However, the skull and crossbones is a warning that once you shrink there, you might not be able to enlarge out very easily, or at all. Lost, fly into the green rings to shrink, then fly through the plug floor. pink rings teleport you to pink spheres. This always causes you to become larger. Experiment in this room. The pink cube with a P in it, which you see above this text box, is the universal symbol that means there are pink rings nearby. Technical. I don't really care. Blue rings also teleport you someplace. The blue rings below will bring you to the start of this tutorial. The blue cube with a B in it, which you see above this text box, is a universal symbol that means there are blue rings nearby. Technical. In the default controls, you press F1 to bring up the Czar menu. This allows you to respawn, change the game difficulty, etc. To get to the main menu for the program, press Escape, and press F2 through F7 to access information about your character. A normal, short marker costs 10 gold to drop unless you have a marker in your inventory. Lower right hand of your screen, purple square with a yellow diamond. Long marker always costs 20 gold to drop. By using the long marker, you can set it as your tracking marker. You can use your tracking marker to find your way back to a given location. Enter at your own risk. You need a yellow key to survive. It is easy to get lost. To make life easier, you can drop a marker, which will stay in the world for 3 hours. The default way to do this is to press M. You can also drop a marker that lasts forever by holding M for 1 second. If you look directly in one of the 6 directions in the top middle of your screen will be displayed one of the following: up, down, front, back, left, right. Yep. You get experience points, XP, by killing monsters. The purpose of XP is to level up. You can monitor how close you are to the next level by the vertical bar on the right-hand side of your screen. You can also press F4 for more info about your XP and leveling up. Every time you level up, you get the same set of upgrades. 1 damage upgrade for each of your 10 weapons, 1 max health upgrade, 1 health regeneration upgrade. Every 10th level, in addition to your usual leveling up upgrades, you will get bonus upgrades, milestone upgrades. You can see what these are in the game's manual, and the next few milestone upgrades are shown when you press F4. You claim your milestone upgrades by pressing F4 and hitting Enter. Picking up items one at a time can be tedious. You can use telekinesis by pressing T. This will pick up all items that are close, by, and visible. This costs between 5 and 10 gold, depending on the size of the pickup. That is, if you pick up at least 25 items, the cost is automatically 10. If you pick up at least 200 gold, the cost is automatically 10. Many areas in the game contain trophies. There are many types of trophies. The first time you get a trophy of a given type, you receive 200 gold and 4 health upgrades. Each subsequent trophy you get of the same type will only give you 10 gold. You can see all the trophies you've found by pressing F6. You might want to go to Main Menu Options Package Top Menu Game Camera plus Movement and try toggling Use True Up. See which way you like it better. I know what that does already. I don't like the twisties. This concludes the tutorial. Good luck. Hold on. I can... This, yeah. When a monster drops an item, it will be there for 5 minutes. When you pick up an item that is part of the world and not dropped by a monster, you will not be able to pick it up again for 1 hour. When you pick up an upgrade, it is gone for good. If you kill a monster, it will usually not respawn for 1 hour, although this depends on the monster. By the way, there is hidden treasure in this room. You can access the console by pressing tilde. If you enter cheat password with the correct password, and you can use cheat codes. Clues for this 13-letter password can be found throughout the world. I'm just gonna... Oh, wait. You can also make your own world. I don't really want to do that, though. Also, if you can't tell, I'm trying to find a hidden treasure by mashing myself into the walls. Okay. Oh, maybe it's inside the key monster. No. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna be able to find it. Okay. Tutorial completed. I imagine most of you just heard me say that, and then, like, you skipped there, because, admittedly, that was probably pretty boring. Ooh. The blue ring device, a few cubes below, will bring you back inside the tutorial. That makes sense. Okay. This is a shortcut. Okay. Nope. Hold on. Danger, high voltage. Yeah. Okay, and we can see the outside world. Yes. Okay, I learned that the hard way. Uh-huh. This is not high voltage. These are 2 noob mazes. If you want to practice flying, start at the top of each maze and work your way down. There's treasure at the bottom. Only do the big maze if you really need to practice your flying. It takes a while. Welcome to the noob maze. There are no monsters in this maze. It is here to help you learn how to fly around. Your goal is to go all the way down. In the upper middle of your screen it says down if you're facing directly down. At the very bottom of the maze you get treasure. You know, I imagine most of you are also probably gonna skip this. But, if you are still watching this, thanks. Sorry, ignore the screaming. It isn't me. I imagine most of you are back now.
Oh,
Trophy.
yeah.
You just finished a noob maze. It will not think less of you because you are a noob. We've all been there. If you have not already, you may want to go to Main Menu Options, Package Top Menu Game, and Camera Plus Movement. And okay, yeah, buddy. Danger, this pink teleporter will cause you to leave the maze. Make sure you've gotten the treasure. Step 1. Save your game at the save point. Step 2. Get the treasure. Step 3. Save your game again. This is a smart order in which to do things. You're less likely to make a mistake. Many tears have been shed over leaving before getting the treasure, or getting the treasure and either loading or quitting without saving. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Add like 40 minutes of runtime that no one's gonna watch. If you shrink and go to the ground, you will find a Ying forest. It is easy to get lost in these forests. There are some totem poles with useful information in these forests. Try shrinking and finding a waypoint, blue with a W. You can use the waypoint to teleport to your emergency waypoint, where there is treasure waiting for you. To use a waypoint in the simplest way, first look at it and press the F key. Then enable it using the first option in its menu. When you are enabling it, you should give it a name. And then, back in the menu for the waypoint, select Travel and select your emergency waypoint. So this is out only. Hey, back to emergency. The primary purpose of this emergency waypoint is so that you can never get trapped in a part of the world. Trapped in the sense that respawning will not get you out. The secondary purpose is an easy way to get back to the tutorial. You cannot hide your emergency waypoint.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice. The door has been opened. Stable Singletons. This is the Stable Singletons room. This room has copies of some of the areas of the world, so it is easy to come back to them later. For example, you can enter I-1 and eventually reach a Williston City. You can touch an item which unlocks a door in the I-1 block here. That block contains a copy of I-1. Okay. Now, I'm just gonna quickly get... Oh, oops. get back out of the tutorial here. Use the exit shaft. Yes. Okay. This is a small yellow flower. These give you upgrades for your plasma weapon. You can find these growing on the trees of a Ying forest. Another pickup type. Oh, it's cannon. Okay. Shales. I don't know why I said shells. It's a cannon, not a shotgun. You're about to enter the dungeon of the small yellow flower. The dungeon is the gray block on top of the yellow pyramid. Once you reach the treasure room, you'll find upgrades to improve your plasma weapon. Sometimes you can find health upgrades. Okay. Ooh. Oh, I just realized I should have saved, but I'll be fine. Yeah. What's this room? Laser? Oh, buy station. Okay. Text box. You can fly through the one-way cubes to the treasure room. Okay. Yeah. Ooh. Ow.
Oh yeah.
I am trapped in this fractal block world. I can feel how my mind has changed. The folds of my brain are bent and twisted over the jagged edges of the fractal blocks. You must find a key to the universe to release me. I have learned that you can acquire one where you find inner cores. These inner cores guard the keys. Please save me. These pink rings will bring you to the large yellow room of the small yellow flower. Okay. Now let's... Yeah. Ooh. This is a small black flower. You can enter here to practice your maze-solving skills. There are significant health upgrades at the end, but the maze takes a lot of time. And stay off the grass that grows beneath this flower. It is quicksand grass. Once you shrink into it, you cannot get out. Good to know. Okay. Primary quest. Escape the Ying world you are in now and eventually find and get past an inner core to get a key to the universe to save your friend. Inner cores hide in the deepest depths of inner space. Secondary quests. Enter gated community, get health upgrades, get plasma upgrades, get cannon upgrades. Okay, we've exited the tutorial. But actually this time, I'm going to try and find a waypoint because while we do have the emergency, I want one that's on the outside. Yes. Is this your first time using a waypoint? Okay. That just explains waypoints again. Enable. Just outside the tutorial. There's a bookmark. If you right-click on this bookmark, the following will happen. This will be set as your current bookmark. You'll be teleported to your current respawn point. Then, if you right-click on any respawn point, you'll be teleported back to your current bookmark. Here. You will no longer have a current bookmark. Okay. I'm gonna try and grow here in a second. Ooh. Very nice. Totem pole. Welcome to the Ying world. This world consists of islands floating in space that are covered with Ying forests, with Ying trees. You should find more information in totem poles like this one. You can find them by shrinking into the Ying forest on this island. The design of a totem pole designates the message. By keeping track of these designs, you will know which messages you have read. A totem pole with the same design as this one, but also with an exit sign, will tell you how to leave this world. Okay. There it is. I'm gonna check if these still kill you while you're big. They do not. That's good to know. Ooh, what's that? I'm just gonna peer inside real quick. You're about to enter a small cannon pyramid. This is a treasure. There is a treasure room at the very top that contains upgrades to improve your cannon weapon. Yeah, okay. It also contains goblins. Many, many goblins. Or goblins. Are they related to El Goblino? Doubtful. They're goblins, that's for sure. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this. Because we're just going up the steps in the pyramid. And eventually, I'll no longer be able to go up. And that will be a room. Or I'll just keep going up, yeah. Cannon numb shots, max health upgrade. Trophy.
Oh, yeah.
Message from friend K. You will not find my body in any place in this fractal world. This is a place where my mind goes, and now my mind is trapped here. Any interaction between myself and this place is very indirect. I have been able to leave these messages for you. That is the extent to which I can modify this place with the energy I have left. Okay, so he got gastered is what I'm getting from that. You should have... Yeah, no, that was a blunder. These pink rings will teleport... Okay. 25 shells. Okay. Guessed it correctly. That's surprising. Okay. What is that? Maybe it's the gated community it was mentioning in the secondary goals. That's another key. So I assume that I need to go through here. Beyond is a yellow key to get into the... yeah. There's a boss called a Menace. It has 300 health and does 20 damage per second. Here he is. And he's dead. Okay. Now I need to go. There we go. Enable. You can enable... I don't want to. Is this your first... man. Okay. There are two special waypoints here. The top one is an in-only waypoint. You can travel to it after you activate it, but you cannot travel from it. And the bottom red one is a out-only waypoint. You can travel from it, but not to it. Feel free to experiment. This will take you to the starting island inside the tutorial. Okay? Welcome to our gated community. We are very selective. We have a save point, a respawn point, and a waypoint all in the same location. We also have a library about the Ying world. Finally, we have a bazaar where you can buy things. We take pride in this one-way exit tube. Simple, yet effective. Okay. These are two noob mazes. If you want to practice flying, start at the top of each maze and work your way down. There's treasure at the bottom. Only do the big maze if you really need to practice your flying. It takes a while. You know.
Oh yeah.
Trophy. From K. Right now you're inside a Ying world. A Ying world is but a bubble, an enclosed space, if you will. To find a key to the universe, you must escape this Ying world and find the main branch. This is a labeled path going deep into inner space, which leads to where you can find inner cores and a key to the universe. You can learn how to escape a Ying world from this library for the Ying world. At least I think you must escape the Ying world to find the main branch. I don't think you can start your descent down it from inside a Ying world. This is a library for the Ying world. It contains the totem poles that you may have already found in the world. It also contains additional useful information. Cannon pyramids, yellow flower. Maze flower? Maybe? Remember that you can drop a long marker. Yeah, okay. If you've not already... yes, okay, I get it. Welcome to this Ying World Gated Community Bazaar. You can drop a short-term marker at any time by pressing M as long as you have 10 gold. You can also buy them ahead of time to use later. You can buy them here at a price of 5 gold per marker. Short-term markers stay in the world for 3 hours. You can also drop a permanent marker for 30 gold by holding M for 1 second. There's no way to buy permanent markers ahead of time. You can add text associated to a permanent marker by looking at it and pressing F. You can remove a permanent marker from the world by shooting it enough times with your plasma. Okay. I doubt any of you want to see the reading, and it's already been, let me check OBS, 50 minutes, so feel like this is a good time to end episode 1. I'm just gonna, yeah. See ya.